And moving on, US President Donald Trump has suggested that a change in power in Iran would be the best possible outcome. A remark that sharpens the stakes for far beyond nuclear limits alone. Listen to this.
Well, it seems like that would be the best thing that could happen. For 47 years, they've been talking and talking and talking. In the meantime, we've lost a lot of lives while they talk, and legs blown off, arms blown off, faces blown off. So we'll see it out. If we could get it settled for once and for all, that would be good.
At the same time, President Trump has announced that a second aircraft carrier will soon head to West Asia, escalating military pressure on Iran even as negotiations continue over Tehran's nuclear program. The dual track is unmistakable. On one hand, diplomacy. On the other, deployment. In recent weeks, Trump has indicated that nuclear restrictions alone may not be sufficient, suggesting Washington is seeking broader concessions.
Do you accept anything less than zero nuclear enrichment?
We don't want any enrichment. We don't want enrichment.
Iran maintains that its nuclear program is intended for peaceful purposes. Before the June war, Tehran had been enriching uranium to 60% purity, which is just a short technical step away from weapons-grade levels. According to an exclusive report from Reuters, the US military is preparing contingency plans for sustained operations lasting several weeks against Iran, should Trump authorize military action. That revelation raises the stakes dramatically because while talks continue, the Pentagon is preparing for the possibility that talks could fail. Meanwhile, Axios reports that US and Iranian officials are expected to hold a second round of nuclear talks in Geneva next Tuesday. Negotiations are active, deployments are advancing, and increasingly, the question is not whether both tracks can continue, but which one will ultimately take precedence. At the Munich conference, Reza Pahlavi, the exiled son of Iran's last Shah, said that his goal is for Iranians to elect a democratic government. Pahlavi said that he has no personal ambitions for power. Listen to this.
From the first day I started, I considered my mission in life to bring the country to a point that we can have that final referendum and the people elect their first democratic government in the future. That, to me, is the finish line and mission accomplished in life. I don't have any personal ambition. I'm not seeking power. I don't want to have a crown on my head or a title. But I think that they should look at me as a bridge to that destination and not the destination itself.
The US-based Pahlavi, who has lived outside Iran since before his father was toppled in the 1979 Islamic Revolution, acknowledged that Iran's opposition remains fragmented and lacks a strong organized presence inside the country. On the sidelines of the conference, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met with Pahlavi. Both men condemned operations between Russia and Iran, including the supply of Iranian Shahed drones to Russian forces and the licensing of their production. According to Harana's latest aggregated data, the total number of confirmed fatalities in Iran protests has reached 7,008. Of these, 6,509 have been recorded under the category of protesters, including 219 children under the age of 18. In addition, 214 of those killed fall under the category of military government forces, and 66 have been classified as non-military, non-protesters. Another 11,730 cases remain under review. Now, during the same period, the number of injured civilians has reached 25,845. Intelligence reports indicate that, according to the latest NOTAM filings, Iran has announced that monopulse secondary surveillance radars, or MSSR systems in Isfahan and Iran Sheher will be out of service for air navigation beginning February 16th and 17th. The period beginning February 16th could prove significant as regional observers closely monitor the developments.